Hey guys, Dennis Machina here. Thanks for hanging out with me today. I'm continuing with more of my throwback playthrough of LA Noire. I'm working on Arson Desk. This is my second case. The first one didn't start off too well with his new reputation, but Cole was able to figure out who done did it. Now we're going to move on to a walk in Elysian Fields, and as always, I'm going for that 5 stars, so if you follow along exactly the way I do it, well, I mean, not necessarily the way I do it, because I'm going to be wandering around a little bit, but paying attention to what I pick up, where I pick it up is very important. And if you guys have any sort of questions or any sort of comments, leave that all in the comment section below. After you watch the video, maybe I'll be able to help you out. But with that being said, Lego! And what we got here, got some origamis. Looks like he's been at this arson thing for a while. His face is all covered with stuff. Oh my god, that's a lot of origamis. Okay. Origami figurines, excuse me.
House fire. Bad one. At least 4 Vicks. Get out there and find out what you can. The address is 650 North Hobart.
Okay, so let's go do that.
I want to make homicide. You know you made it. Get that desk.
Sir, do you have to walk so close to me? You're like right up on me. Here, walk around. Okay, there we go.
There he is. The cop in the papers. You should be ashamed of yourself.
Yep, get a
young
good
man.
look. Get a good look. I'm right here, girl. I'm right here. Yeah, you don't want to talk now, do you?
I think he's a bit of a ganguero.
Oh, now she wants to talk when I'm walking away. What'd you say? What'd you say? What'd you say? Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, you're gonna need to scooch over there, sir.
You drive. I need to go over the case notes.
You hear about Rancho Escondido?
Are we having a conversation, Biggs?
Okay, fuck it. Forget
I'm teasing you, Hirsch. Tell me about it.
Well, the new housing development's a couple of weeks from completion. Burned to the ground last night. GIs are ready to move in this weekend. Developer's gonna have some very angry customers.
More of the Suburban Redevelopment Fund. How's it going, sir?
You guys better see this. I hope you have strong stomachs.
Oh boy. Oh my
You have a
goodness.
Morelli, Mike, we recovered a picture of the family.
Okay. Anything else?
To be honest, I just got here, Phelps. Best you talk to Lynch. He's the expert.
Doesn't make any sense. Why aren't they scattered around like the rest of the debris?
I think they've been moved.
Ooh.
I think someone moved them after the explosion and before the fire.
Can you explain that, please?
I'm almost positive the cause of death is asphyxiation due to gas inhalation. Look at the parts of their bodies that aren't scorched. The coloring around the fingertips is typical.
They wouldn't have felt a thing.
I think the fire damage is post-mortem. I think someone moved them into this room after the explosion.
It still doesn't make any sense. Why would you run into a burning building?
That's a good question. Fortunately, I have to examine these bodies, so if you have a weak stomach, you may want to look away.
What are they doing?
The prayer effect is from the fire. Muscles and tendons contract.
Yeah, I see it. Let's see if any more evidence. Okay, the family look like.
You ever think about how many people have died in this world?
Another
How
day,
big heaven would
another
have to be to
dollar.
accommodate them, Biggs?
No, I have not. Show some respect.
Okay.
It's our boy. I think he watches the fires. I think the Sawyer fire went wrong.
So what about the guy we have in jail, Phelps?
We got the wrong guy.
That doesn't explain why he ran into a burning building. What would make anyone do that?
Guilt.
For the fires?
For his mistake. This guy wants to burn houses, not families. He expects the houses to be empty. He was trying to redeem himself. Probably thought they'd be happier together.
You are one very disturbed individual, Phelps. I know you had it rough lately, but you should start to compartmentalize your thoughts.
He could be right. Can you come up with an alternative
I'm
explanation?
sure it's the same guy.
Are you telling me that some son of a bitch murdered these people, the whole family, and arranged them here like Cupid dolls?
Might fit, Cole, but I don't think we could ever prove it. There's very little evidence.
Oh!
Evidence?
Albert, check out the hot water system. Make sure we're dealing with the same MO.
Sure, Phelps. I'll get back to you.
Leave the rest to us, Cole. You better find out what's eating Biggs.
My God. Okay, I need to get out of this house.
So something finally got to you.
You want my help, pretty boy? You got it. You keep riding me and you won't be pretty much longer.
We can get this guy, Herschel.
You think you've seen everything, Phelps? I was with the 2nd Marines at Bella Wood. The things that went on in that farmhouse. My own guys on fire, screaming for a way out. You're not gonna get this guy. There's gonna be no photos and no citations. We're gonna kill this miserable fuck. End of story. You getting this?
Sure thing.
You remember the list from the travel agent?
Sure.
The Morellis were winners too. Their name was on that list.
Christ. We should take a look around, work the neighbors, see what they know. I'll go across the street.
Okay, I'll try this side.
I haven't done this.
Oh my goodness. Maybe there's something else. Aha, here we go. Beats.
Looks like the same model.
Mr. Reginald Varley's on there. Remember that from the last one. If there's anything else. Or this side. Should be something on this side if I can find it. There we go. Another newspaper for you.
How did you get my number, Ira?
At first, I didn't understand you. But now I do.
I'd like you to come back to the clinic.
I'm helping other people now, Doctor.
I think you are confused. You haven't been to the clinic for weeks.
I'm not confused anymore, Doctor. I'm helping people be together.
This world is only temporary. We'll all be happier in heaven. Why don't you tell me where you are and I can come to you? I think the fires should end now. They have served their purpose.
Oh, the fires are only beginning, Doctor. After the fires, everything will be beautiful and clean.
Everything will be erased. The world will be fresh and new.
I can see my purpose now, Doctor. And you helped me to find it.
Clearly a deranged individual. There we go. 10 of 13, so I have 3 more to go. There's one other thing I need to find. before I talk to this person.
Born without a tail.
Something over here. Examine cigarette butts and boot prints at the foot of the tree in front of the right corner of his garden. Foot of the tree, right corner of his garden. Boot prints. Foot of the tree in the front right corner of his garden.
I knew it wasn't safe around here.
Front right corner. Should be right. Those look like boot prints. Cigarette butts. Examine cigarette butts and boot prints at the foot of the tree in the right front corner of his garden. Right front corner. Oh, I think I found it. I think I found where it is. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Alright, we have cigarette butts.
Someone was keeping watch. Looks like they were here for quite a while. Brand looks distinctive.
Okay. Let's check out that boot print.
Whoever he was wearing boondockers. I would know that imprint anywhere.
Okay, so that's very important if you find that beforehand, because that will change your questions a little bit.
LAPD. Can
Or
you tell me
add-ons
anything
to
about
it,
the
rather.
fire next door?
Terrible luck. Imagine after having won that weekend away.
What's your name, sir?
Foreman. Dudley Foreman.
Hello, Mr. Foreman.
Did you see or hear anything that might have...
Look, we were asleep when we heard the explosion.
Yeah, I'm gonna need a little more than that, Mr. Foreman.
You didn't like Morelli, did you?
Some neighbors you get along with, some you don't. Guess they should have sold up.
What do you mean?
They're knocking down all these old houses and building a new subdivision for GIs. Morelli was being difficult.
Okay, now here is the question.
Did you see anyone hanging around the Morelli's home prior to the explosion?
Nope. Can't say as I was looking out, though.
Come on, Mr. Foreman.
You sure, Mr. Foreman? There are signs of someone hanging around over there by the fence.
Hey, now that you come to think of it, there was a guy. Kind of tall. Skinny, though.
Anything else?
Orange lumber jacket, beat-up hat, and no hair. I thought he was the pest exterminator guy who was working around here the last few days. But that guy had hair.
Yep. So, like I said, be sure to check that out first before going in these questions, or else that suspicious activity is not going to appear.
You said someone is knocking these houses down?
Elysian Fields. You must know them. They're billboards. That Monroe character beaming down at you. We've had an offer for the house.
Did the Morellis want to sell?
I don't know.
You're killing me, Mr. Foreman.
Whatever you thought of Morelli, his whole family is dead. They couldn't have all deserved that. I want you to help me here, Foreman.
Morelli was pig-headed. He built the house himself. He didn't want to sell. Stubborn fool was ruining it for all of us.
You said the Morellis had won a weekend away to Catalina Island?
Yeah, that's right. First thing I thought after the explosion was, thank goodness they was away. Then I find out they was still in there.
Who was running the competition?
What? I don't know.
Finally, something I actually believe.
You didn't enter yourself?
I'd already agreed to sell. The competition was an incentive for those who were still thinking about it.
Thanks for your time, Mr. Foreman.
Sure. Hey, if you're interested, I have one of those competition flyers in the kitchen. I could get it for you if you like.
That would be great.
Thank you, sir.
Any luck, Cole?
A couple of things. What did you pick up?
Folded piece of paper. Looks complicated.
Japanese call it origami. Can I take a look?
Sure.
Paper crane. There's a legend about them. You fold 1,000 of these and you get a wish.
Hey, don't break it.
I'm not. I'm unfolding it. It looks like a waybill or a flyer.
For what?
There he is, Mr. John Noble.
For Elysian Fields developments.
All right.
Oh, I see you already have one.
Same thing.
When did the flyer arrive in your mailbox?
They've been arriving for weeks. This one was in the mailbox when I got home from work yesterday afternoon.
Huh. All right, then. Okay, looks like I have a phone call to make. So I'll go do that. Excuse me.
It's got to be something big.
I swear this town is going straight to hell.
I knew it would.
I need an address for a property developer. Elysian Fields Developments.
One moment, Detective. The address is 748 North Oxford Avenue, Wilshire. Anything else?
Messages, please.
You have a message. Contact Captain McKelty immediately.
Thanks. Can you put me through, operator?
Of course. Here you are.
Commander?
Leads on the Morelli fire.
We're about to go and visit Elysian Fields Developments.
You're about to do what? Leland Monroe? He's a personal friend of the mayor and the chief. Are you out of your mind? I'm warning you, Phelps.
Commander, we have a line of inquiry.
You have something, you bring it to me. You're hanging by a thread, Phelps. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Good. Have a report on my desk today.
Yeah, that was lovely.
Kelty has warned us off over Elysian.
Makes sense. It's a dead end. We should check out Rancho Escondido.
You know the place?
Sure. Corner of Fountain and Wilton. Let's go.
All right, I guess we're going there then.
You're behind the wheel.
All right. Where to? Shame about Shep. The arson desk has been trying to nail that son of a bitch for years.
He's still in custody, Herschel.
Want to bet? Fella kicked him loose already. Can't hold him for misdemeanor cigarettes and matches. There are times when you really miss a nightstick. There's more religion in the end of a nightstick than in 100 cathedrals.
I'm not gonna tell you again, sir.
Don't tell me when and how I can come and go on my own property.
It is not
This is
safe,
America,
sir.
dickhead.
Now step back, or I'll lock you up for a
Smart
fray.
mouth son of a bitch.
Excuse me?
You sorry sack.
Oh, what? Oh, maybe I should turn around.
We're
Okay.
gonna have to pacify these boys.
I'm gonna beat you black and blue.
Correct.
Stand down! That's an order!
You're going down for the count.
Correct. Well, if I can only remember how to fight.
You're being damn foolish, soldier.
I'm gonna bust you right now.
There we go. No. Correct.
Good thing you showed up when you did, detectives. Those folks were baying for blood.
Okay, then.
Alright, so I think there's one thing I need to find while I'm here. Let's see. Oh, wait, here it is.
Mortar is like dust. Is that normal in a fire?
You'd expect some shrinkage in the heat, but it looks like the cement barely adhered to the brick. Doesn't appear to be any wall ties either. This thing looks like it was built on the cheap.
Whoa! Really was.
If we're paying a visit to Elysian and ruining my career, let's bite the bullet and get on with it.
You're the boss. Alright, let's go meet Mr. John Noble.
Detectives Phelps and Biggs, LAPD, to see Leland Monroe.
Do you have an appointment?
We're the police, lady. We don't need an appointment.
Can I tell him what it's about?
It's an official investigation.
There are 2 police officers here to see Mr. Monroe.
Send them through.
And that's our cue. Thanks, ma'am.
May I help you, gentlemen?
We would like to speak to Mr. Monroe.
I'm afraid it's impossible. Mr. Monroe's schedule is booked weeks in advance.
Cut to the chase, sister. Is he in?
I'm not at liberty to reveal that, officer.
So he hired you for your intelligence?
I find that offensive.
You have every right to.
This is getting us nowhere, miss.
Casino.
Would you like us to return with a warrant?
That won't be necessary, gentlemen.
Hello?
Come into my office.
Mr. Noble, I mean, Mr. Monroe.
You like a cigar? Drink, boys.
Sure, I'll have a
What was-
scotch.
Biggs!
Huh. Okay. Everything has planned here. Alright, hello.
We're investigating a series of domestic fires, Mr. Monroe.
It's terrible, boys. How can I help?
Elysian Fields and Suburban Redevelopment Fund flyers keep turning up in the vicinity of the fires.
They're turning up all over town, boys. Can you imagine the current demand for housing?
So that's your explanation, Mr. Monroe? Coincidence?
Explanation? Why, what's to explain? I advertise on radio and billboards for buyers, and I advertise for sellers using waybills.
Huh.
We found a family burnt out in their home. Another house burned to the ground. Another Elysian Fields flyer. Our information is that they didn't want to sell.
Are you saying that's something to do with me? Is that your point?
Point is, every time we find a family barbecue, we find one of your flyers. Is that good advertising?
No. No, it's not.
What do you know about a competition for families to win free vacations to Catalina Island?
My company runs many promotions. I'm not familiar with that one.
You're so full of it.
Level with me, Mr. Monroe. You know all about the vacation offers.
You can believe whatever you like, son. You're missing the vital ingredient called proof.
Nope, I believe I have that, and we were just talking about it. The Elysian Field flyers.
Your face is all over the flyers, Mr. Monroe. You know about the prizes, and you're aware that they get given to holdouts.
My face is the brand. It's on all our advertising. Did you know that the mayor and the chief of police are part of the Suburban Redevelopment Fund? Do you want to accuse them of murder as well?
Oh boy, this isn't gonna go well for Phelps.
You've made offers to buy houses in areas where fires have been recorded.
Are you suggesting that I'm burning people out of their homes so that I can sell them new ones?
What happens to your plans if a family like the Morellis refuses to sell?
We work around them. Business finds a way. That's the American way.
Bull.
Come on, Mr. Monroe. You expect me to believe that you would build a new development with one of those old piles smack bang in the center of it?
Progress is an inexorable process, Detective. Those who choose to stand in defiance are usually confined to the wastebasket of history. To answer your question, yes, we would build around them if we had to. Most people see sense.
Yeah, this is not going well for Mr. Noble. One, like his character, but as I'm starting to remember, don't do it. I don't like him.
What's Elysian Field's involvement in Rancho Escondido?
One of our latest housing developments. It was due to open on the weekend, or was before the unfortunate conflagration.
It met with building code regulations.
Absolutely. Only the best for our returning heroes.
You're lying, Monroe. There's something out of kilter about that development.
Son, I've had enough of you and your fidgety friend. There's no way in hell you can prove that my materials were inferior.
Looks like I'm finding a way to hell then, because here it is.
I'm no expert, but I think we'll find that the bricks being used on those houses are undersized and the mortar is faulty.
And there's no wall ties connecting the masonry to the frame.
Every building is built to a budget, boys. Those buildings were inspected and fully insured by California Fire and Life. Investment of that magnitude demands it. Do you think they'd vouch for the buildings without examining them? The arsonists, do you have any suspects?
We aren't at liberty to say.
I didn't think so. The contractors I use for waybills, you suppose it could be any of them? I have a list of their names if it'd be of any help.
That would be very helpful, Mr. Monroe.
Glad to hear it. I'm always happy to help the LAPD. My secretary will provide you with that list. Did you know that I'm on the board of the police pension fund?
Oh dear, come on.
Glad to be of help, officers.
What's the story? Any of these names ring a bell?
Herbert.
Herbert Chapman is on this list.
Find the phone. We need to know where we're at with Chapman.
Alright, so he essentially threatened my partner. It's always nice.
Your boss is a fine man.
This guy must have escaped from the loony bin.
Excuse me, I'm just gonna use your phone.
Operator, message for KGPL.
Putting you through now.
Phelps, badge 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
Can you check whether we are still holding a Herbert Chapman?
Let me find out for you. He was released this morning, Detective. I'm sorry, Detective.
It's not your fault. Can you give me a last known address and put out an APB on the guy?
I'll get back to you, Detective. APB will go out over KGPL shortly.
Okie dokie.
Thanks for your help.
That's where we need to go next.
I love the chase.
Oh, hello there, miss.
The minute I win it, a beautiful face delivers love for me in it. Give me your heart, and baby, I'll bill it. 'Cause I always kill the things I love.
Hello there, Roy.
Buy me a drink, Cole? No. Not even for old time's sake?
Not even for that.
You're not gonna ask me why I'm here?
I wouldn't give you the pleasure. We'll get around to it.
Does he know?
She's in fine voice this evening. I wonder how the commander would feel
Save
about...
the threats for someone who cares about them, Roy.
You're breaking my heart, Cole. You know how I feel about you. Stay away from Elysian Fields.
I should have known that you were playing errand boy.
You and your doofus partner. You have been warned.
Thanks for your cooperation, officer.
I love you.
Stay away. You have no idea the type of people that are involved in that company.
I have a pretty good idea, Roy. The same kind of people that sent you here.
Your investigation is finished. Homicide will be taking over from here. I've heard we've had a spate of grass fires in the hills that you and that hunchback might be able to handle. Thanks for the drink, Cole.
Man, that guy's a dick.
You get the message about Monroe?
Yeah. Earl delivered it. You?
McKelty. He started making noises about my pension.
Sorry about that, Herschel. I didn't mean to drag you into this.
Save it, Phelps. Monroe's an asswipe. And so was Earl. And so was McKelty when it's all said and done.
KGPL calling car 11K, 11K.
11K, go ahead.
11K, the last known address of suspect Herbert Chapman is 650 North Kingsley Drive in Wilshire.
Roger that, KGPL. 11K en route.
You fought at Sugarloaf, didn't you?
I did, but I don't like to talk about it.
You come across a guy called Jack Kelso out that way?
You know Jack Kelso?
He's an insurance investigator over at California Fire and Life. Our paths cross from time to time. For some reason, seeing you makes me think of him.
Has, Jack spoken to you about his experiences on Sugarloaf? Or the rest of the campaign?
Jack keeps stum just like you do. I know what it feels like to get back from conflict. You gotta respect that.
We're looking for Herbert Chapman.
I'm looking for him too. I need him to move his car so I can mow the lawn.
He's definitely not here.
I've been banging on his door off and on for a couple of hours. Yeah, he's out somewhere. There's some kind of problem.
Let's take a look at the car.
Ooh, ooh, ooh. See what we got here.
Let's see what he's hauling around.
Ooh, coils.
Motive, opportunity, and hard evidence.
Okay, put that back in there. And it's here. That's some ammo.
We should revise the APB. He's clearly armed.
Alright, what's in here? Just a flyer.
Definitely gives him opportunity.
Holy cow. There he is. It's Chapman. He's coming out of the laundromat.
Oh.
Shit. He's seen us.
Cops. Again.
Oh, joy.
Son of a bitch. He must have caught the trolley. We gotta move fast, Cole.
I'm working on it. Try not to
I'll call this in. Get some
run into
cars
anybody
dispatched.
while doing so.
Car 11K calling KGPL.
Go ahead, 11K.
11K requesting assistance. In pursuit of suspect aboard the 1110 University streetcar, currently heading east on Melrose Avenue. Advise all units.
Oh my.
Suspect is in control of car and driving dangerously.
Oh,
All units, officers need assistance on Melrose Avenue. A suspect aboard the 1110 University streetcar headed eastbound. Approach with caution. Suspect
can't
is
go
in
that
control
way.
of the
There's gonna be
streetcar
cars.
driving dangerously. Units
Yeah,
to
on the left side.
identified.
Stay on his ass, Cole. Don't lose him.
I'm not. Right here. Good lord. Excuse me. Oh! Not bad.
See if he can damage one of the wheels. Might act like a brake and slow the thing down.
Alright, well, if I can catch back up to this guy.
Hold him tight, Cole. As soon as he ditches the tram, we'll be there to grab him. Don't go to sleep on me. Get it close. Look, Cole. End of the line, you little prick. Come on, Cole.
Hello? What? Wow, that was just terrible timing.
End of the line, you little prick. Come on, Cole.
Is on KTI Radio.
Looks like we have our man, Cole. Well done.
I'm not so sure. Chapman seemed to have his own agenda. There seems to be more to this than a personal vendetta.
What are you talking about?
The fires benefit Elysian in some way. I don't see Chapman and Monroe working together.
You have a point. The evidence is good for Chapman. It's hard to be worrying about his side of the story when he's blasting away with that big 45.
Alright then.
Nice work, gentlemen. Put yourself at considerable risk stopping that trolley and probably saved a lot of lives. Anyone else but you, Phelps, and you'd be up for a bravery award. We've had our eyes on that slippery son of a bitch Chapman for as long as I can remember. I couldn't be happier than to wipe him off the scoreboard. I hope this puts to bed that crazy stuff you had going about Leland Monroe. What were you thinking, Phelps? You'll be calling Richard Nixon a crook next.
That's funny. Obviously before that happened.
What is it?
A letter from Lou. His insurance policy named me beneficiary.
California Fire and Life. You worked for Elysian?
The roofs that he was working on collapsed.
It's a very generous settlement. Elsa, I'd like you to do something for me. I think there's something dirty about Elysian Fields.
What has that got to do with Lou?
I want you to reject this settlement. I want you to go and see an investigator named Jack Kelso and ask him to make some inquiries about Lou's case.
Isn't this police work?
Do you want to find out what happened to Lou?
Why would he help this Kelso?
Jack won't be able to help himself if he smells a rat.
He's a friend of yours?
He hates my
Sure
guts.
does.
Elsa, you could take this money and let them get away with it, or we could get Jack's help and do something about it.
Why not be honest with this man, Cole? He deserves your honesty if you want his help.
Believe me, Elsa, I'd like to level with him. I really would, but it's too late. Years too late.
Just a bit. Let's see what our verdict is. Boop. 13 out of 13. 8 out of 8. That's 5 stars. And if you're wondering why the vehicle damage and city damage and all that stuff is at 0, so I did have to redo that part because it didn't record properly. But there it is. There's your 5 stars. If you followed along and all that, you will be able to get it. If for whatever reason there's something you're missing or you're just not sure of a location of something, please let me know down in the comment section below, and I will do my best to answer you. And that will do it for this one. Please like this video if you did enjoy it and you found it helpful. Share this video. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Ring the notification bell so I put out new videos every single day. And I'll see you guys